So I was unpopular with the embassy. And then I was a victim of a foreign interference attack. And it's the same thing that happened to Representative Moolenaar at the Committee on the CCP. A fake email was created in his name, and these emails were sent out. That's what happened to me, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. I downed tools and put my career on hold to take care of my terminally ill mother. And this was on January 24, 2023. I'd had a guy coming to install a hospital bed, and I had a tradesman coming. So I was expecting people. I went to open the door, and there were four Victoria, that's at my local state, police. And they said, "Are you Andrew Phelan?" I said, "Yeah." They didn't say, "Can I come in?" They burst in. They took my computers, and one guy pulled out an arrest warrant and search warrant and said, "You're under arrest for threatening to kill somebody." And I was looking after my terminally ill mother at the time, and I'd barely left the local area. And it was a surreal moment, like, what's going on, And they mentioned the name of the complainant. She had a Chinese surname. I'd never met her. I'd never heard of her. But that was my first clue. And when I was down at the police station, the penny dropped that this is what they did to Drew Pavlou, who's a young activist student who I know well, a very bright young guy. He was arrested outside the PRC embassy in London for supposedly sending them an email threatening to bomb the embassy. When I heard about that, I burst out laughing because Drew would be late for his own funeral, let alone bomb an embassy, just outrageous stuff. But he was arrested and he was handcuffed and he was held overnight. And it's a 10-year sentence. And he was 23 or something at the time. He was terrified, and, the police came back a couple of days later. Mum was home and she was in the hospital bed. And I said, "Come on in." And I think they were very, very embarrassed by it. But our federal police, they've sort of fallen for the newest trick in the book, and they're not terribly well educated and trained in this stuff. So that's an area where we need to do better to understand the modus operandi of the CCP, whether it's hacking, whether it's these sort of impersonation attacks, and so on. The United Front, the way they operate with the diaspora, we've seen the cases in New York City, New York State, in terms of interfering with elections.